Naam, karibu sana popote mlipo. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Natumaini musalama salmini, wanafunzi wa kidato cha tatu. Kwa siku ya leo tarehe ni 11 mwezi wa 8 mwaka 2021. Natumaini waendelea kujilinda dhidi ya ugonjwa wa uviko 19 au uite corona virus 19. Mwalimu wako Santembo Isingoma. Kwa siku ya leo hatutaangalia sarufi. We are not going to look at grammar. Okay? Remember your paper, if I can remind you again, your paper has 3 sections. It has 1A, which has insha. Actually here one is categorized them as insha ndefu, the hotuba, speech. This is where we have the matangazo, announcements. This is where we have reporting. This is where we have kumbukumbu. Remember some of the things I told you. So that is part B. Part A, we have not taught you part A, but very soon we won't teach you part A, where we have inch and defu. These are long compositions, okay? And with long compositions, it will simply mean these ones you'll be needed to write around either 300 words to 400, in between there. Whereas here, you are required to write in between 100 to around 120 words. Okay, that's why they're called insha fupi. Okay, so that is question number 1. Now, question number 2, remember we said question number 2 has what we call ufahamu. I don't know whether we had already looked at ufahamu. But at least in senior 2 we're looking at short comprehensions. Okay, short comprehensions of and remember we looked at in senior 2 we looked at swara, we looked at the is it love, something like that. But those short stories we started in senior 2. In senior 3-4, of course you cannot have swara stories in senior 4. They have long stories where you are needed to read and baadaye unajibu maswali. So that is ufahamu, which is comprehension. This question number 2 is a must. It's compulsory. Question number 1, you will either pick 1A, you attempt 1A, or 1B. By the way, we still tell you, ikiwa utachagua 1A, if you have to pick 1A, let me remove this mask so that my voice is clear. If you have to pick 1A, you'll find 1A, Roman 1, Roman 2, Roman 3, Roman 4. You will pick only 1 in 1A. Only 1. And you attempt that. Maybe they are telling you write a story about your long holiday. Then part 2, they are saying maybe write a wedding you attended. Part 3, maybe there is a question on some debate. They're saying maybe debate about COVID-19, the effects of COVID-19. So there in 1A, you pick only one topic. You may either debate the effects of COVID-19, you may either pick the other one on a wedding, you may either pick the other one on the long holiday. Now, with part B, you will find Roman 1 is about barua, Roman 2 is about hotuba, Roman 3 is about matangazo, Roman 4 is about report. Now here, you will be forced to pick 2. If you have to choose 1B, here you pick 2 topics. So if you have to pick barua, you write your barua, or you write report if you pick the report anyway. So that is 1B. You either pick barua or report. But here, you pick only one topic. So here, question number 2 is only one question and compulsory. Ufahamu. You must all do ufahamu. You want it or not. Okay? I think we shall have this one is better when we are having face-to-face lessons. We may not teach here on teach ufahamu on e-learning. May have it face-to-face when you come back, inshallah. Ufahamu, I wanted you to know the format of the paper. Just remind you, because I remember we told you the format. So question number 3 will be tafsiri. Tafsiri. Now this one is not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Remember, we will only do 3 questions. And we are coming to that. Tafsiri, that is translation, of course. Then question number 4 will be grammar. Grammar, that is sarufi. Okay, and question number 5, finally, will be ufupisho. Ufupisho. Now, we do encourage students in section B. Remember, section A has this number 1 and number 2. Section B has 3, 4, and 5. Now, in section B, we always encourage students to pick tafsiri, translation, and ufupisho, summary writing. One would ask why. Why do we encourage students kuchagua tafsiri na ufupisho? Simply because grammar is a little bit funny. Because with grammar, you either know or you don't know. You either know or you don't know with grammar. Secondly, with grammar, for example, recently I gave you proverbs, 100 proverbs of them. But now, I remember telling you, with proverbs, there are so many proverbs, thousands of them. Now, a teacher will teach you 100 proverbs only. And because we know you are a little bit weak in making research, you will not mind making research to know more other proverbs. Now, for you, you only want to cram or to read what the teacher gave you. Now, tomorrow in the paper, they bring around just 5 that you've never seen. That's grammar. So what do I mean here? Grammar, you either know or you don't know. But also, too, grammar, it is very rare a teacher to teach grammar and he says, I'm done. It is very hard. So today, I will teach you a topic, and tomorrow they bring a totally different what? Different topic. That's why we do not always encourage students to do numbers. And those ones who have tried it before, they have always failed. But now with tafsiri, translation, because with tafsiri, we do what we call tafsiri ya maana. Tafsiri ya maana au ujumbe. Here we always look at the message. The message in the writer is what we translate. We shall teach you how to do that. We not teach you how to translate, how to, because there is tafsiri ya maana, tafsiri ya neno. Tafsiri ya neno, or what others call CCC. CCC means translating word per word. Now, this one you cannot do it in a paper. When you translate word per word, it simply means you are going to change the whole meaning of the whole writer. So that's why we always encourage tafsiri ya maana. We look at the meaning in the message, and that's what we translate. Okay? So this one, chances are high of scoring good marks on tafsir. Out of 20, at least a student can get around 15 marks here on tafsir. Okay? And we shall show you how to scoop those marks. With ufupisho, I think this is the most possible question in this paper here, and that's what we're going to look at. Okay, so if you can look again, this 1A alone, if you have to pick only one topic, 1A, it will simply mean you are doing it out of 40. You are doing it out of 40. If you have to attempt to 1B, you are going to do hotuba out of 20 and the reporting out of 20. So that simply means you have 40 marks here. Okay? Then ufahamu also be out of 20, tafsiri out of 20, grammar out of 20, and ufupisho out of 20. Remember I told you attempt only 3 questions. Now if you have 3 questions, you have 40 here. You did ufahamu, you have 20, that is 60. You did tafsiri, you have 20, that is 80. You did ufupisho, that's 20, to give you 100. Okay? So those are 3 questions only that you are needed to. There's still a debate of the 2 hours and a half, whether they are enough for you. Masaa mawili na nusu. There's still a debate on that. we agreed that some of us have thought that 2 hours and a half may not be enough for you, and we expected at least these people to reconsider. Consider our and increase the 2 hours and a half to at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours, not 4 hours. Not 4 hours. 3 hours at least. Because of course we know that your speed, the thinking at your level is still a little bit down, and 2 hours and a half may not be enough for you. That is, we are not so sure whether it will change or not. But if in case it changes, the better. But if that then simply means we have also to teach you the technique of working within the 2 hours and a half. Okay, so this is how your paper looks like. Okay, now for today we are saying let us leave section A and we go to section B, where there is summary writing. Summary writing. And indeed, I'm going to teach it in a summary way. Okay? Kwanza kabisa tumesema ufupisho. Neno ufupisho is a noun. This word is a noun. It comes from the word verb fupisha. Fupisha. Ufupisho, we are saying, is a noun. It comes from this verb fupisha. To fupisha is to summarize. Or let us say to shorten. Okay? Ikiwa something was long, refu, the opposite of refu is what? Kwa Kiswahili. Fupi, asante sana. If Tembo was tall, he can be made to be short. I don't know whether that is possible. But if he was short, it can be made to be long. I don't know whether that is possible. Okay, sawa basi. Sasa refu, unaombwa, you are requested kufanya hadithi hiyo, to make that story short. Now, we are saying ufupisho is a noun. Fupisha is the verb. But we are saying fupisha is to shorten. Okay? So, if we are having a story that is long, you read. After reading, you get what we call ujumbe, or others would prefer calling them maudhui. What are the main themes in that story? Or what is the message? Okay? Or one would call them what are the important notes. Okay? So after reading the story, you get the message, you get them out of the way, or things, or important key notes in that story. Okay? Now, baadaye, you'll need to write your own ufupisho, but look, I don't know whether I can, you have written this. I want everything right here, write it, because it will help you. And just like I said, I'm going to teach it in a summary way. There's no way we can have it in full blast with this small whiteboard. Bear with us. Some of these things we shall repeat them when we meet face to face. Okay? So, with ufupisho, it has 3 phases, and I call them phases. Okay? It has what we call in Kiswahili vidokezo. It is in this part here where you are writing key points. Okay? And this is how we write them. For example, if someone is giving a speech, or if you are reading a write-up that is about education, and in education, one they are talking about umuhimu, the importance of education. So here we say umuhimu wa elimu. Okay? Then maybe you also talked about, or you read about the challenges of education. I don't know whether you know challenges in Kiswahili. What are challenges? You can call them shida, problems, but a challenge is changamoto. Changamoto. moto za elimu. So when this person talked about the challenges of education, he went ahead to talk about the solutions. Okay? Solutions of those challenges. Suluhisho za solutions to the challenges facing education. Okay? This person also talked about the role parents play in education. So tutasema umuhimu, or we call it just kazi. We simplify it by calling it kazi ya wazazi. But also, did not forget the contribution of the government. Kazi ya serikali. Even though we leave it at that. Now, you have read the write-up, and these are the key issues in the write-up. Or you were attending someone's speech, and this person was talking about education, and these are the key issues this person talked about. But because you had your notebook somewhere, for you are not writing everything this person was saying. You are only writing key points. By the way, that's what the journalists do. Okay? They go attend press conferences. They will write keynotes. When they reach at the station, they expand those key notes into a full story. And that's why you see those stories in the papers. Okay? Now, at first they did this vidokezo, outlines. Vidokezo, and these are the vidokezo. That's the first part of our work. And just like I've told you that because I have a small chalkboard, I want to clean them so that I go to the second part. Okay. The second part, I think I can even clean this part here. I think now I've known what the topic is all about. Occupation, I'll leave the word occupation up there. Okay. Now the second part, you've written your key points. Now in summary writing, we always advise that before you go to the final write-up, in the media, after this journalist who attended the press conference, after him writing the whole story, he will need to carry that story again to someone they call muhariri. Muhariri is an editor. This person here, the editor, will have to go through the story of this person, and he will hariri. Muhariri does the work of kuhariri. Hariri is editing. So he will do that hariri thing, the editing. Maybe he's looking at the grammatical errors. He's looking at some points that maybe are not all that very important. Etc. So he edits not until they come up with a final story to be put in papers or to be printed. Okay. So our second part is what this muhariri does before he takes his story to the editor, and this is what we call, and I know in English you also have it, is what we call nakala chafu. Nakala chafu. What we call in English, a fair or rough copy. Rough copy or a fair copy. Now it is in this part here that this person is expanding the other key points that we had here. If I can remind me, the first one was umuhimu wa elimu. Now, this person is writing something small about what the other person talked about umuhimu wa elimu, or what he read about. What was umuhimu wa elimu? What about umuhimu wa elimu? So he writes, he expands that point at least in 1, 2, or 3 sentences. But please make sure you consider sababu swali litatokea litasema fupisha hadithi ifuatayo kwa maneno 80. Only 8 words. 8 words. So as he does this, he has this into consideration. Okay? But remember, in nakala chafu here, in nakala chafu, we may not mind about this. Okay? So here we are expanding the points that were the key points that we had in video case. Now, after writing this nakala chafu, remember we have what we call kichwa. As you are reading that story, what was the topic? Then we shall say the topic was about education. So here in nakala chafu, you should not forget the kichwa. It carries marks, please. It carries marks. So your kichwa here will be elimu. You underline. Okay? Now after there, you will begin your story. This is the margin with a paragraph. Okay? Then you begin. Elimu ni muhimu. You may not like this. Ni muhimu kwa wanafunzi, wazazi, serikali pamoja na taifa zima kwa ujumla. Okay? Now, this is how we will start. Now, with summary writing, either with nakala chafu or nakala safi, it is only written in one paragraph. Now here, if you want to add on another point, for example, the second point was changamoto, the challenges of education, you need to begin from here. You come, write your changamoto, you go to the next point was, like that, you write your story here, up to when you reach to the last word. Of course, remember, you must put into consideration the alama za uakifishaji, punctuation marks. You can see that from my statement here, this sentence here, there is a comma there, another comma here, and a full stop. I started with a capital later. So even you must, all of those are marks when it comes to summary writing. We look at all those things, how you use the punctuation marks, okay? Because you're not going to write just, something that is not grammatically respected, because with grammar, punctuation marks are very, very important. So you must know where to put a full stop, you must know where to put a comma, you must know where to put exclamation mark, etc. Okay? But what I'm trying to say here is, for example, me, that's the first point, Kat was giving us the second point, you have written it, full stop, the third point, continue from there. Continue from there, like that, up when you reach the last part. So this is how your nakala chafu will look like. Now, after nakala chafu, you will come and write the number of words. Let us use idadi. Idadi can even do like this. Remember that I said 80. Okay? Now, after writing your story, we are going to count. How do we count in summary writing? Because it's different from how we count in composition writing. In composition writing, remember, we count the number of words in a line times the number of what? Of lines. Okay? Because here, for example, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this was a composition, then we shall count the lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to 30. Then we shall get 5 times 30 to get the number of words. But in summary writing, we count word per word. Neno baada ya neno. So here you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, up to the last word. And if you have 90 words, then write here tisini. But remember they are saying 80. Now, because this is nakala chafu, there's no problem. Please, do not fear to indicate 80. Do not fear to indicate 100. Because if you do not indicate 100, you are losing marks. Every step here in summarizing marks. Remember, we had the vidokezo at first. Those are marks. From vidokezo, we've come to nakala chafu, marks. Now, nakala chafu also we look at what? We look at the kichwa is there, the body is there, either the maneno is there. Marks. Now, after, we want to assume that we have 90 words, but they wanted 80 words. Now, after nakala chafu, we come to nakala safi. Nakala safi. Okay? Nakala safi. I think that's what they call fair copy now. The other one is rough copy. This one is a fair copy. Nakala safi. Please, always remember the kichwa. We had the kichwa on nakala chafu. We still have the kichwa on nakala safi. You forget here, this kichwa here, you lose marks. I've told you that this is one of the passable questions in your paper. Why? Because every step you have the marks. Every step you have the marks. Okay? So this is nakala safi. But remember nakala safi, we have 90 words. Now we need to reduce these words to 80, or in summary writing, we give allowance of 5. 5 less and 5 more. Okay? So meaning that if you reduce this story here by 75 words, correct. If we increase them by 85 words, correct. Okay? So here we have 9. What are you going to do now? You go back to your nakala chafu, the rough copy, read again that story. After reading it, see the words that are not all that necessary and cancel them out. Do not fear to cancel them out. Come to your nakala chafu. Do not tamper with nakala safi. Nakala safi is nakala safi. Do not cross anything in nakala safi. Do not. When you do that, you lose marks. Why? Kwa sababu tutaangalia huo kama uchafu. Tutaupeleka kama uchafu. Okay? But you come here in nakala chafu, look at some words. For example, you may say now elimu ni muhimu kwa wanafunzi, wazazi, serikali, pamoja na taifa zima. And now I think pamoja is not all that important. You cancel out the pamoja. Don't you see that if you cancel the pamoja, we shall still have the meaning? Elimu ni muhimu kwa wanafunzi, wazazi, serikali, na taifa zima kwa ujumla. Are you seeing that? Now that one has gone. You see now I need more 3 words to cancel out to get, because now we are struggling to reduce the number from 90 to 80 or 85. Now you come here and look at the story again. Elimu ni muhimu kwa wanafunzi, wazazi, serikali, na taifa zima kwa ujumla. I say now, okay, what if I remove zima, kwa, and ujumla? Can it have some meaning? Isn't the message there? You say, elimu ni muhimu kwa wanafunzi, wazazi, serikali, na taifa. The message is there. The message is there. You don't need taifa zima, then no. The message is there. Now we have removed 1, 2, 3, 4 words. And at the end of the day, you are either having 80 or 85. Okay? So that's how we keep on summarizing up when we come to our number. And after, remember please, before I forget, still nakala safi, you also write it in only and only 1 paragraph. Do not use 2 paragraphs or 3 or 4. No, only 1 paragraph like this. Well, at 10 points, please, they must be in 1 paragraph. As long as unaonyesha uakifishaji, unaonyesha hapa kuna koma, hapa kuna full stop, hapa kuna alama ya kiulizo, hapa kuna alama ya mshangao, etc. But I think you need to remind us so that we also teach those punctuation marks. Okay, so here we'll be done with summary writing. Of course, also in nakala safi, you don't forget you indicate the number of words. I said I'm going to teach occupation in a summary way. And these are the 3 parts. If we can repeat them again, I know some of these things are hard to be taught in this method. That's why I say when we meet again, inshallah, we shall need again to go back to this so that we have stories we read together, we summarize together. Okay, but now we are talking of the 3 parts. Sehemu tatu za ufupisho. We have talked of video, kezo, the outlines, and we said when you are writing them, please use how they call dashes. This is what you use. You do not use 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C. No. Use these ones here. Okay. Then after there, we have agreed that you will come to what we call nakala chafu. Okay, nakala. You write the word nakala chafu, please. And then after, you write the heading, which is elimu kwa herufi kubwa, capital letters, elimu. Then you write your story, what's said in 1 paragraph. Okay, then show the number of words used. Okay, then after that, the last part is nakala safi. Then you also write kichwa, herufi kubwa, and also you write your story and indicate the number of words shown. Since we are not together, I will not ask you questions, but if you can write your questions, we shall get them and we shall respond. But because you may say now, the topic your webinar is going, I'm not going. I want us to look at now these statements and we see how we can summarize them. Or, for example, we can get nouns and we summarize them. For example, just look at this. Example number 1. I have here mtoto, I have baba, I have mama, I have dada, I have kaka. Okay, can we stop from there? If I say summarize these nouns in 1 word, what can you give me? And before you answer, I want Kathy to answer. What is the word you can give me there? What? Okay, in English? Family members. Yani hawa ni family moja. Basi, neno moja litakuwa familia. Family. If I said 1 word, but if I said, for example, 3 words. In 3 words, you'll say? Members of the family. You remember this topic of watu wa nyumbani. You remember this? One can say watu wa nyumbani. One can say watu wa familia. Like that. So, these words, if for example, you come across such words in a story, you also don't need to repeat those words. No. Get 1 word to mean. I get the point. Mfano wa pili, if we have let me say tufaha. If we have tikiti maji, I don't know whether these fruits Kathy here knows them, but I think she knows them. Tikiti maji. You have parachichi. You have embe. You have fenesi. You can have maybe also nanasi. Then I say use 1 word. Kate? Kwa Kiswahili, fruits kwa Kiswahili ni nini? Come on. Kwa Kiswahili, tufaha kwanza ni nini? Tufaha ni nini? We taught you these foods. We did in senior 1 too. Why is it using that? Even your class. Okay. See, I remember we taught you about chakula. Come on. Okay. So, Kathy is saying we didn't teach you chakula. And I like this we taught you vyakula mbalimbali. And all these fruits were there. Tufaha. Okay. Tufaha is an apple. All apples. Tufaha is singular. Tufaha, bro. No, by the way, no. Tufaha is singular, but tufaha is plural. So tufaha is an apple. That fruit you like most. Tikiti maji ni watermelon. Nimesema tufaha is apple. You must know these fruits here, please. Tikiti maji. Kuna huyu anauliza elaborate family matunda. Asante sana elaborate. Asante sana. Good. Some people are on, at least I'm so happy. Elaborate is answering this that Kath have given us also. Then he has also answered this one here. That's good. Okay. So, what you're saying is a watermelon. Parachichi there? Parachichi is you call it voca. I don't know why you call it voca in Dome there. Huh? Avocado. What is the botanical name for that? You don't know. Okay, you must know because you do agriculture. Parachichi is a avocado. A mango. Then finesse, nanasi, So all these ones will give us matunda. If you come across a story that has these fruits here, please do not labor so much looking for, plenty of words. No. Just say matunda. Enough. Okay. Number 3, mfano wa tatu. Please, I will keep on running because I've told you the problem. Now, wetu mdogo sana. Na kwa hivyo tutakuwa tuna. Okay, alafu nikiwa hapa na something like this. Nikiwa hapa na Primo, nikiwa hapa na Subaru, nikiwa hapa na Benz, nikiwa hapa na Ipsam, nikiwa hapa na magari haya yanasumbua. Nini nyingine? Gari nyingine? Aina gani? Unajua si gari kwa hivyo sijui majina ya magari. Nini kumbe Pajero. Kate naye pia hana gari, ana baisikeli tu. Pajero. Ferrari. Kumbe. Basi. Alafu Lambo. Ila at least wanawake wengi wanajua Lamborghini. Sijui kwa nini. Sasa tuseme tutumie neno moja tu. Neno moja, gari. Wingi wa gari, magari. Haya yote ni magari. We shall not mind about how expensive they are, sijui Lamborghini, sijui Ferrari, sijui Primo, alafu na Ipsamia bei chini na nini hata kujua. Leo tunalotaka kujua ni ya kwamba haya yote ni magari. Na hilo ndio neno ambalo tumelitumia hapo, magari. Asante sana. Let me hope you guys are following. And in case of any question, please, kuna mwalimu pale anatusaidia kuangalia maswali yenu alafu majibu moja kwa moja tutakuwa tunafanya nini tunawapa. Tuendelee basi. Tukiwa na maneno kama mbuzi, kondoo, tukawa na ng'ombe, tukawa labda na nguruwe, tukiwa na sungura. Basi. Hapo tasema nini? Maneno mawili, maneno matatu. If you have to use 3 words out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, can reduce them to only 3. Only 3. What shall we say? Elaborate, usinyamaze basi. Endelea kunipa majibu huko. Na wenzako wengine. Sasa huko naye pia kijaribu. Mbuzi, kondoo, ng'ombe, nguruwe, sungura. Amesema nini? Prado. Magari. Asante sana Shamsa, asante sana magari. Hajiba Prado. Prado si sahihi Hajiba, lakini magari ni sawa. Shamsa anasema magari ni sawa. And that's why we have the answer here. But now we are here on number 4. Mbuzi, kondoo, ng'ombe, nguruwe, sungura. Elaborate nasema wanyama. Asante sana elaborate. Lakini wanyama, if I wanted us to use three words. Elaborate wanted us to use 3 words. You have used only 1 word. 3 words. If I said 1 word, wanyama would be correct, very good. But I'm saying 3 words. Wanyama wa nyumbani. Asante sana. They're saying wanyama wa nyumbani, which is very correct. Now, these are domestic animals. That's why you see I was very careful not to include there simba, tembo, chui. So I'm giving domestic animals, wanyama wa nyumbani. Because remember, we have different categories of animals. We have the other ones, wild animals. We have domestic animals. Now, hawa hapa ni wanyama wa nyumbani. Okay? So if we had, for example, simba, tembo, chui, kifaru, mbwakoko, fisi, then that would be wanyama wa porini. Wanyama wa porini. Sijui maneno yangu mnayaona vizuri? Maneno yangu sijui mnayaona vizuri? Wanyama wa porini. These are wild animals. Okay? Wale domestic animals. Okay? Okay. We can continue with more examples. Let's see. I'm trying to show you how we summarize some of these words so that you don't get confused that, you find all these animals, maybe birds or, let me not even give you the answers before I give you the other examples. Let us also look at example number 5. Mfano wa 5, tuna hapa hudhurungi, tuna nyekundu, tuna nyeusi, tuna blue, tuna nyeupe, tuna kijani kiwiti, tuna weke nini hapa? Samawati. Okay, tuna manjano. Haya basi, pati neno moja? Hapo basi moja kwa moja kasa ametoa jibu rangi. So these are colors. Rangi. Please do not find that in your story. And you continue writing the nyeusi, sijui nyekundu, no. Sema rangi. 1 word. Rangi. Okay, let us have more 2 examples. Tuna maharagwe. Tuna nyama. Tuna ugali. Tuna wali. Tuna mchicha. Tuna viazi. Tuna ndizi. Tuna samaki. Neno gani hapo? Chakula. Tulienda sokoni tukanunua chakula. Tulienda sokoni tukanunua viazi vitamu, viazi vikuu, viazi mbatata, tukanunua samaki, tukanunua mchele, tukanunua You are using a lot of words. Sema tulienda sokoni tukanunua chakula. Full stop. Chakula. So we don't want to know the chakula we bought. For us, we know that you went to buy food. Full stop. That is how we do summary writing. Let us look at the last example. Mfano wa mwisho. Tuseme hapa Kenya, Tanzania, Ubelgiji, tuseme Urusi, tuseme Rwanda, tunaweza kuweka Sudan, tuseme Nigeria, tunaweza tuweka Uholanzi, tunaweza tukaweka Italia au Italia, tunaweza tukaweka Uchina, Neno moja. Neno moja, elaborate na wenzako Shamsa na wengine, msinyamaze jamani. Tupeni majibu. We have Kenya, Tanzania, Ubelgiji, which is Belgium, Urusi, which is Russia. We have Rwanda, we have Sudan, we have Nigeria, we have Uholanzi, which is Netherlands. Kuna mtu hapa anasema nini hapa? Elaborate anasema rangi ya nchi. Asante sana. Asante sana Elaborate. Na kasa nilikuwa tayari jibu hapa nchi. Asante sana. These are countries. Countries. Oh, by the way, you can even use this word here. I don't know. Hapa sijui mtaangalia. Mataifa. Nations. Mataifa. Mataifa. Taifa, remember, is singular, a nation. Mataifa, plural. Mataifa. So all these are countries. Inchi. Inchi. Inchi is singular. Inchi is plural. Inchi. So you come across a story. It has these countries there. Please do not labor writing them again. No. Just write inchi, or you can use mataifa. I think we are clear there. Now in the remaining 10 minutes, let me write a short story of around 10 words. Let me see how we can cut it off by doing some summary. Summary, okay? Okay. 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 I'm not doing that picture. I'm just saying. Kampala. Kaka Ali pamoja na dada Aisha kwa gari la baba aina ya Pajero Land Cruiser siku ya Jumamosi mwezi uliopita. Tulipofika huko tuliona magari mazuri, majengo marefu sana, watu wengi, hadi na piki nyingi sana. Tulikula chakula kizuri kama pilau, ndizi, nyama ya kuku na pizza. Okay. Niwaambia ubao wangu. If the whiteboard was a little bit big, tungemaliza kastori hapa, and then we see how we can summarize it together. But the remaining means, if we can look at this story, Kiswahili nilienda jijini Kampala na kaka Ali pamoja na dada Aisha kwa gari la baba aina ya Pajero Land Cruiser siku ya Jumamosi mwezi uliopita. Tulipofika huko, when we reached there, tuliona magari mazuri, majengo marefu sana, watu wengi, hadi na pikipiki nyingi sana. Full stop. Tulikula chakula kizuri kama pilau, ndizi, nyama ya kuku na pizza. I will be continuing with my story, but let me cut it there. I don't know whether have you captured this story here, because maybe we may need to can take a photo. Maybe we shall need to summarize it. The remaining means I want to just to give let me wait for Cather to take a picture, clean it, then we see how best we can. The remaining means we can do some videos on the color chart. Captured? Is it clear? Can I clean so that I use yours? I don't know whether Cather's phone will help me. Okay. It is clear? Okay. So, allow me to clean the whiteboard so that we see how best we can, I would request that if you have not understood the topic today, do not mind. We shall repeat when you come back. But most importantly, you can ask questions on our WhatsApp group, because most likely I'm likely to summarize it again on our group. But let us look at this short story. My time I think is over. Mwalimu? Okay. Mwalimu anasema ni jaribu tu kuongeza dakika kama 5 hivi. Now, if we had our video cases here, now we would say summary. One is the tulienda mjini. Okay. Mjini huko tuliona magari, majengo marefu, then we shall say vitu vingi. Okay. Then tulikula chakula. Maybe what I've missed here, tulienda mjini, what would be number 2 was tulitumia gari la baba. Did you got it? Now, if you look at this, it is summarizing the whole story. 1, tulienda mjini, tuliona vitu vingi. Tulienda mjini, tulitumia, we used it, that is what? That is car. Tuliona vitu vingi. We saw so many things. Majengo, magari, na kadhalika, na pikipiki. Lakini tulipofika kule mjini, when we reached there, we still had lunch. Tulikula chakula. Even when there, it has been broken down. Chapati, it's been cooked, blah, 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 blah. Here we're just saying tulikula chakula. I think that video, that's how we should have it. Now, when you come to step number 2, which you said is nakala chafu. Okay. Remember, we do not have heading, but in our nakala chafu and nakala chafu, we must show the heading. And what is the heading here? We can have ours, and we say safari ya mjini. Safari ya mjini. Just simple like that. Safari ya mjini, we underline. Safari ya mjini. That is still a request that you take again. Safari ya mjini. When master touches on me, you will be telling me that your time is over, and I'll stop from there immediately. Safari ya mjini. Now here in our nakala chafu, our rough copy, we shall just need to expand this. This 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if they can allow me to do it here, only this part here, we shall say tulienda mjini. We don't need to show the towns. No. Tulienda mjini kwa gari la baba. Full stop. Tuliona vitu vingi. na tulikula chakula. Full stop. Simple. You don't need to labor so much. The message is there. We only look at the message. We only look at the message for as long as it has been put down in a correct grammar. Kwa Kiswahili sanifu. You don't need to look for so many words, so maneno msamiati mugumu, so complicated vocabulary. No. Message, and that's what we look for. Tulienda mjini kwa gari la baba. Tuliona vitu vingi na tulikula chakula. The message there? The answer is yes. Still coffee. So here, for us, this person was telling us, tulienda jijini Kampala na kaka Ali pamoja na dada Aisha kwa gari la baba aina Pajero. Like, we don't need to know the type of your daddy's car. No. We don't need to know which town. For us, you have shown tulienda mjini. Simple. Okay? Tulipofika huko tuliona magari mazuri, majengo marefu sana, watu wengi. Yes, you have already said tuliona vitu vingi. Mwene kutoka kumanya bichi wanabata. You saw a lot of things. Vitu vingi. So the Arakas are there, the tall buildings are there. There's view what are there in the vitu vingi. And then you said tulikula chakula kizuri. You don't want to know whether bo walia muogo, bo walia bijanja, but no. Totunyumiza. Settlement walie mere, ulikula chakula. You ate food and it's indicated there. Now, ulikula chakula. Fully stop. Okay? So that's how we handle summary writing. Remember here we will not indicate the number of words that maybe you should. We're just giving a small example there. Okay? So if we are to write nakala safi, we'll still either expanding on this that we have written, okay? And if you're to expand, for example, let us assume that you have realized that after nakala chafu, it is short. And you need to write, you need to add around 5 words. Now, if you want to add more 5 words, now you go back to the story. And for example, here I say, tulienda mjini, but as they are using the jijini, isn't it? But then mji is a town. We want to be clear on this. Mji is a town, okay? But Jiji is a city. Must mark the difference. A town is called Mji, but a city, Kampala city, is called Jiji because it is bigger than a town. Jiji, a town. So there we had used the Jijini Kampala. So I say tulienda Jijini. Immediately I would be knowing that was Kampala. Jijini. But but still if you wrote Mjini, correct, no problem. Okay. Now we are saying if we are to add there more 5, then we have to say tulienda mjini Kampala. Is that it? Kwa gari la baba la Pajero. How many words are those now? 3. We need more too. Is that it? Tuliona vitu vingi kama magari. 5 words are kama magari na tulikula chakula. You have added more 5. Are you seeing the point? If you wanted to add that they wanted, for example, let's see, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the question is saying 17 words or 20. Now you go back to the other and then you add it. And you add in those words to get to the 20 or 17. Okay? So Kath has captured this. We shall continue from there in our group today. I think it's a Wednesday at 4. But again, I think next time when we meet here on e-learning, we shall have more examples of summary writing before we look at tafsiri. Okay? But for now, I think allow us to end it from here. For any questions, please, you'll either ask in the other group or you'll ask next time when we meet, or you can continue asking on this platform we are using, because questions, of course, will be there. I will always remind you that the other WhatsApp group we created is for your own good, not Mr. Zakaria's or mine, not for your own good. We have done a lot on that group. We have given notes, plenty of them, and we said we are not going to repeat those notes when you come back. What we shall do is explaining. While is that explaining here and there where maybe you didn't understand. Okay. This coming Wednesday, inshallah, we'll have a test and a standard test beginning from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Prepare for that. Do not dodge that now you'll be offline. Then you think that I will not know. We are saying whoever will come back without what you have been giving, you must get punished. That one at least, take it from me. We must be very serious if you want to pass. And if you don't have my number for that group, it is this one here. Please make sure you give that number to your parents. Let them save it for you in your phones. Let them give you data so that we continue learning on that group. Because here we are given only 1 hour and once a week. The other side we meet thrice in a week. Otherwise, nawatakia kila la heri. Endeleeni kujilinda dhidi ya ugonjwa wa COVID. Upo jamani, jitengeni na watu, vaeni barakoa yako au mask, alafu naweni na mikono. Mungu awalinde. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sio ngambani nikakasema wanzi tena.